It's now 5 a.m. on WKYT this morning. A Franklin County gas station clerk is being credited for saving a man's life after an argument turns violent.
Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes expected to hold a hearing today on her proposal to change the early voting process. What that means coming up.
And the Democratic presidential candidates are turning their attention now to the water crisis in Flint, Michigan. We'll have more from the campaign trail after a big weekend in Kentucky as well on WKYT this morning.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Welcome into you. Hope your Monday's off to a great start. I'm Rebecca Smith.
And I'm Bill Bryant. We are glad you're on WKYT. It was a busy weekend with the caucus here in Kentucky. We were here till midnight or so with all of that.
It wasn't great weather necessarily for that, but, you know, they did say the turnout was up a little bit, right, from 2012.
Pretty good. Interesting experiment here in Kentucky for the Republicans. And, of course, the Democrats will have their primary in May. Let's check in. Meteorologist Micah Harris here. Almost a May-like feel out there.
Absolutely it is. You got to remember, typically this time of year we're in the upper 40s to lower 50s. We're already seeing that in Monticello. We're already seeing that in Richmond. It's a really nice feel outside this morning considering where we are in your calendar. Now you go into the afternoon, we're at 68 degrees. This is well above average. Really nice weather. And the focus of the forecast obviously is how nice and spring-like this forecast is. And it doesn't stop at 68. It goes much warmer than that. Could we be seeing 80 degrees in your forecast? It's possible. I'll show you in coming up.
Forward to that. We thank you very much. And we are tracking a developing traffic alert for you this morning. A semi has crashed, and that has closed a stretch of I-64 this morning. The crash happened in Carter County, west of Olive Hill. I-64 eastbound is shut down, so dispatchers are telling us drivers are being diverted to US 60 in Rowan County. That is a detour at the Moorhead exit. Stay with us on WKYT this morning. We'll continue to track this story. But again, I-64 with a significant traffic issue this morning due to a semi that has crashed and closed the interstate in Carter County. In Franklin County, a gas station clerk is being credited for saving a man's life. The county sheriff tells us that two men started fighting inside a BP station off 127 North Friday afternoon in Frankfort. The fighting escalated, and that's when Alex Stiggers decided to step in. He says he was concerned for the safety of his co-workers and for other customers in the store. Stiggers stepped in between the two men to break things up.
As I came out of behind the counter, he took an open Bud Light bottle that he had carried into the store and slung it at the other male that he was bickering with.
Stiggers' actions have the other man gave him enough time to get outside his car, but then he heard 5 to 6 shots fired outside at the man taking off in his vehicle. No one was hit. Stiggers was able to give detectives a description and a license plate number.
Today, Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes is set to discuss House Bill 290. That's a piece of legislation she's proposed to change the early voting process.
You know, you could do it without coming up with an excuse in Kentucky, as so many other states have it. She is also expected to have some support from Tennessee's Secretary of State at that hearing today. WKYT's Mark Barber is at our live desk with more on today's hearing. Mark?
Good morning, Bill. They're meeting with lawmakers at 1 this afternoon to try to gain support for this bill that would allow people to vote early without giving a reason. Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes proposed Senate Bill 290. She's now enlisting the help of Trey Hargett, Tennessee Secretary of State. Tennessee has already passed early voting legislation. In their presidential preference primary just 6 days ago, more than 375,000 people voted early, a record high for the state. As it stands now in Kentucky, if you want to mail in an absentee ballot, you have to meet certain requirements. To name a few, if you have a disability, serve in the military, or work outside your county while your polling place is open, you can vote absentee. Of course, that could change if House Bill 290 is adopted by the end of the General Assembly in April. Now, while we do not have a timetable for this bill yet, if it is made law, people would likely be allowed to vote early without giving a reason for it in the November presidential election. From the live desk, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. Well, Kentucky Republicans had 11 candidates to pick from on their caucus ballots, and Saturday night it was a long evening, and Donald Trump, who came out on top in the Commonwealth's presidential caucus, goes on with that victory. The state's Republican leaders worried that there might be a low voter turnout, but overall they say 229,000 Kentuckians voted in the caucus around the Commonwealth, and that's a little more than in the 2012 Republican primary. Kentucky's Democratic presidential primary is coming up on May 17th.
Well, this morning, the U.S. continues to mourn the loss of a very important former First Lady. Nancy Reagan, the wife of former President Ronald Reagan, died yesterday morning at her home in Los Angeles. The 94-year-old died from congestive heart failure.
Her best-known project as First Lady was the Just Say No campaign to help kids and teens stay off drugs. She and Ronald Reagan were married for 52 years before he died in 2004. Several Kentucky leaders paid their respects to Mrs. Reagan. Governor Matt Bevin tweeted, "First Lady Nancy Reagan was a woman of great dignity and class. America has lost a true gem."
Well, we have been following a story out of Massachusetts where a policewoman died on her first shift as an officer. Officer Ashley Gundon's funeral is today. Gwendon, I should say, is how you pronounce her last name. Family and friends gathered in the small town of Agawam yesterday for a vigil to remember Gwendon. Fellow officers were there as well to pay their respects. One police captain says this hits him hard, and officers from all over the country are supporting Gwendon's family.
When you find out this stems from domestic violence, from whatever state you're from, there's officers from all over the country that show up and lend their support to do. That's what we do.
Well, Ashley Gwendon was sworn in as a Prince William County police officer in Virginia a week ago.
Time this morning is 5:06 on WKYT. This morning, attorneys will announce the filing of another class action lawsuit over Flint's poisoned water. The ongoing crisis has dominated the presidential campaign trail recently.
Both parties have had debates in Michigan, but Democrats spent more time discussing the problem, and both candidates said the state's governor should step down. Kim Hutcherson has more.
Debating in Flint ahead of Michigan's primary Tuesday, the Democratic presidential candidates had harsh words for Governor Rick Snyder.
I believe the governor of this state should understand that his dereliction of duty was irresponsible. He should resign.
I agree. The governor should resign or be recalled.
Snyder responded to calls for his resignation while the debate was still going on. In a series of tweets, he blamed the crisis on bureaucracy, listed steps he's taken for the city, and added, "My track record is getting things done, and I want to get this done." In the debate, Clinton also backed legislation that would provide federal funds to replace pipes.
I support 100% the efforts by your senators and members of Congress to get the money from the federal government in order to begin the work that must occur to fix the infrastructure.
A bill sponsored by Michigan's Democratic senators would provide $100 million in federal funds for infrastructure repair. But Republican Senator Mike Lee is blocking a vote. He says it amounts to federalizing Flint's water system. Former Michigan Governor Jennifer Granholm called him out by name Sunday.
The person who's holding federal help, who is Mike Lee, senator from Utah, to back off. He needs to release that. The state needs to kick in. The pipes need to come up, and the kids need to be treated.
I'm Kim Hutcherson reporting.
Well, in Kentucky, one Lexington woman is helping families in Flint, Michigan. Renita Allen collected water over the weekend and plans to take it to Flint. The situation's very close to her heart because she is from there. Allen says she has a family that's still living there, like her grandfather. She tells us it's hard to imagine what he must be going through.
When we, who do not have contaminated water, tap our faucets, it's free flowing. So put ourselves in their situation to not be able to tap your faucet and receive free-flowing water to bathe or to cook or to provide for your babies. It's different. It hurts. It hurts.
Well, on Thursday, the group is driving a tractor trailer full of water up to Flint, and others will drive up to hand out about 1,000 cases of water to folks there. If you'd like to help out, you can find water drop-off locations on our website, WKYT.com. A lot of little groups here and there in town doing what they can to help Flint.
Right, and the people across the country really pitching in for those who, they can empathize with. 5:09 our time on WKYT this morning on your Monday, up and at it, and we have a lot more news on the way for you.
Well, if you have an Amazon Fire tablet, one of the features for your device will no longer be supported. We'll tell you which one and why ahead.
And at the box office, Slow and Steady didn't take first place, but a movie with a rabbit did. We'll take a look at what's in theaters coming up on WKYT this morning.
And coming up in just about 3 minutes, we are going to be talking about the spring forecast. And boy, does it look good. I'll have that coming up next.
Now, your zone-by-zone forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
Actually, a pretty nice start to the morning. Kind of depends on where you are. If you're far east or southeastern Kentucky, you're a little chilly there in the 30s and lower 40s. But if you're anywhere else, we're talking mid 40s, even upper 40s for some spots. There's a look outside on Defender. I do want to span out. And there is a big system. It's definitely not impressive right now. But that system over St. Louis and over the Mississippi Valley region, that will get going really with the complex just to the south and southwest of that. But what happens here is it basically just stays there and spins for the next 2 to 3 days. That means for us, we're not going to see that chance of rain. It won't be just bright blue skies, but we're going to see some pretty dry conditions the next few days, and actually off into the weekend, that's when things really start to pick up. Live sky camera, there's your shot outside, and things look pretty good there on the highways and byways, except for 64 eastbound. There from Moorhead to Carter County. So Moorhead and Rowland County is where they're starting to do a detour. Eastbound, once again, it's going to be at mile marker 136 to 150 off into Carter County. A semi has crashed in that area, so keep that in mind. 43 now in Danville, 48 in Richmond. If you're heading down the BG Parkway all the way to, say, Bardstown and off toward E-Town, things are looking just fine, right around 50 degrees this morning. Get into your afternoon, 68. It's going to be a nice day. And look, most of us will be mid to upper 60s. However, we could possibly see a 70-degree reading. And if we do not hit that today, I guarantee that we will hit it the next few days. I mean, there's some really warm air streaming on in here. Pretty gusty winds, 10 to 20 miles per hour. And we'll have a mixture of sun and clouds going off toward the evening. At 8 p.m., if you're wanting to head out to dinner, if you're wanting to do a backyard patio type of dinner, it's really not a bad idea. And really the next few days is actually even a better chance to actually do that. Dry with the 70s the next few days. We go from now through Wednesday, nothing going on. It's pretty calm, pretty quiet, and we'll throw in the 70s in the forecast. But then we hit rain later on this work week. Off Thursday is a small chance. I think most still stay dry on Thursday. But Friday off towards your weekend, that's when that system that just continues to spin over in the Mississippi Valley region, it just kind of hovers over us then, and that'll give us some rain chances really increasing. So 68 today, and believe it or not, that's one of the coldest temperatures in the forecast. We're talking 68 for a high today, 72 tomorrow, 74 the following day. Remember, now through Wednesday is pretty dry, and really Thursday, we'll have to watch another model run, but for the most part, that's going to be a dry day too, only a small chance of rain. That day is the day, and I put on Twitter, check me out on Twitter, Micah Harris WX, that is the day, that possibility of seeing an 80-degree reading. There is that possibility. It all depends on that rain that day. But for the most part, I think most of us will stay in the 70s. But I will tell you this, some of these particular models, guys, are reading 79, 80, 81 degrees. So that is the day on Thursday that we could possibly see that already in the forecast. This is a really nice string of spring weather, and it's coming. It's looking
lovely.
good.
We're ready for it.
I like it.
We've waited for this.
That's
All
right.
right, 5:16 now on WKYT this morning. And this weekend was busy for Disney. The newest release earned the top spot at the box office.
And one movie is still in the top 3 after its release weeks ago. David Daniel has the estimates for the weekend top 5.
Gods of Egypt, starring Gerard Butler, fell a whopping 65% in its sophomore weekend, landing in 5th place with $5 million. Tina Fey and Whiskey Tango Foxtrot opened in 4th place, grossing $7.6 million. After 3 weekends on top, Deadpool fell to 3rd place, but $16.4 million gave it a domestic total of $311 million.
Looking for hot extract, Marine One for Southpaw. Calms her down.
London Has Fallen is Gerard Butler's 2nd movie in 2 weeks to debut at number 2. The action sequel made $21.7 million. Zootopia exceeded expectations, opening with $73.7 million to top the chart and easily pass Frozen for Disney Animation's biggest 3-day debut ever. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
All right, good to have you along Monday morning here on WKYT as we're off and rolling at 5:17 now.
We have a look at your money. Stay with us.
a major announcement for all Amazon users and its connection to Apple. I'm Hannah Daniels in New York. I'll have those stories and much more coming up in your CBS Money Watch report.
Good morning. Welcome back in. WKYT this morning on the air here on your Monday. It is 5:20 right now. And we have some good news for the United States economy. Unemployment rates are down. And for employees at Costco, wages are going up.
Hannah Daniels has the latest on your money.
President Obama delivered a glowing assessment of the U.S. economy after the Labor Department reported that employers added 242,000 jobs in February. The unemployment rate held steady at 4.9%. On Friday, the Dow closed up 62 points. The Nasdaq gained 9. Amazon will no longer support data encryption on its Fire tablets, saying customers weren't using the service. Encryption scrambles private information and only allows access with a password. The change comes as Apple squares off against the FBI over access to an encrypted iPhone. Airbnb has hired its first director of diversity, David King III, who held a similar job with the Peace Corps. The tech company CEO says the move is an effort to bring aboard more women and underrepresented minorities. And for the first time in almost a decade, Costco is raising its entry-level wages. The company says workers will now earn at least $13 or $13.50 per hour, up from $11.50 or $12 per hour to help compete in a tighter labor market. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. In New York, I'm Hannah Daniels.
All right. Hey, it's good to have you along. Monday morning, let's get this new week off and rolling. It sounds like spring in Kentucky may have sprung, maybe early, huh?
That takes the bite out of the Monday, doesn't it?
It does.
Sports is up next.
John Calipari has never loved a recruit more than the one that he got a commitment from on Sunday. And a former Wildcat, Jacob Tamme, talks about Peyton Manning's retirement. That's next in sports.
'40s with a few 50s out and about 53 now in Monticello and Wayne County. 48 now in Richmond. Really good looking start to the day there in the mid-50s in Lexington. Now we go through your day and it's just an awesome day in store. 68 degrees by the afternoon. A little gusty wind out of the south, but that helps us out, pumping us there in the 60s, and also with a mixture of sun and clouds in the forecast. 68 is not even close to the warmest temperature I have in your forecast, and I'll have that coming up in your 7-day just a few minutes. First, let's check out sports, see what's going on.
John Calipari said last July that if his son Brad decided to come to Kentucky, his wife Ellen told him that he's not leaving UK for at least 5 more years. Well, it appears that decision has been made. On Sunday afternoon, Brad tweeted, "Blessed to be able to say I'll be a part of the BBN next year." Brad likely joining the already talented 2016 class as a walk-on. Brad played 2 seasons at Lexington Christian before transferring to McDuffie in Granby, Massachusetts. Now here's what Coach Cal had to say on ESPN Radio back in July about the possibility of coaching his son.
But I know this, if he comes, I'm really proud of him. He's done well academically. To be able to spend 4 years with my son and the ups and downs of this, and the only thing is he likes to talk back. He can't do that when he's taking from me.
Congratulations to Brad. Meanwhile, we may have never be able to determine who was the best quarterback of all time, but one thing's certain, Peyton Manning belongs in the conversation. As expected, Manning will walk away from the game a Super Bowl champion. Number 18 is retiring after 18 seasons in the NFL, a month after Denver's Super Bowl 50 win. Manning leaves as the NFL's all-time leading passer and all-time winningest starting quarterback. Now, last night we caught up with former Wildcat Jacob Tamme, who played with Manning both in Indianapolis and Denver. The two remained close friends. Manning sent Tamme a text on Saturday night to let him know that he was retiring.
I think, winning this second Super Bowl and being at this point in his career, he always said he'd do it as long as he kept having fun and kept being able to play at a high level. And I think it all came together at the right time with, he's worked so hard to get to the point where he's at now and to keep himself physically ready to go, mentally ready to go week in, week out. And, that may not be there anymore, and when that gets there, it's time. And to win the Super Bowl on the way to go out, what a great way to go.
Certainly is, and what a great career for Peyton Manning. That'll do it for your morning sports. Have a great day.